And
Do
we
the best
are,
I can.
yeah, and we are live. And good evening, good afternoon, or wherever you are. Have a good day, good night. Today we have a very special person here. He's going to talk about his projects. I think that is very important for the community. How he's doing is find out customs with Alex. How are you, my friend?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I am fine. Now I'm here with you. I think it's going to be very interesting interview. I think everybody is waiting for this interview to know what are you doing. I think it's amazing. I speak with Moe, and he tell me you are doing crazy things, and Mario and Brandon, and I think you are doing a very nice thing for the community. Tell us a little more about you, how everything started for everybody to know how you came to this idea and this project to start to do it.
Well, I want to say first of all, those guys are all my friends, and I really look up to them a lot. So that's it means a lot to me to get an endorsement from this community, which has been I think one of the best things that I've found in years. So I'm just really happy to be part of it. But as far as like how I got started, it's kind of a weird story. I'm fairly new to this. Let's keep in mind I've only been doing this for a little bit over a year. Um, but my first, I got interested in electric rideables like February 2020. It's funny how
Hmm.
it went out. But so like I live about 5 miles from my work, about 20-minute commute, and I was tired of that ride. It's really short, and I was watching people on these bird scooters. I'm like, you know what, that I was thinking that could be a fun alternate way of just getting to work, and it's really close and easy. But I've heard that these things aren't maintained super great, and it's like, well, if I'm getting one of these, I want to get my own. I want to take care of it. I know the ins and outs of one of these things, and so I looked into it and ended up buying a Dualtron scooter 2 weeks before pandemic happened here in LA, and they sent us home. So I barely got a chance to even use this thing, and now we're working from home, and I can't use this thing for commuting anymore. So it's no longer a practical device, and so I got to modifying it. I was like, well, if I can't really, use this for practical, let's make it fun. So like I replaced the handlebars, I made them higher, put these wide BMX board on them. I put turn signals on it, put new tire, like wide street tires on, and uh, like all lights and stuff like that. And then like while I got into this, I'm looking at this thing, and I'm feeling like, I could really get used to making this. And like I thought, the next time I do this, I'm gonna do it like from scratch, the whole
Yeah,
thing from the ground up. And then so I'm looking for
Ajay.
people to ride with, and that's how I find LAE Skate. I go on one of these group rides. It was one of the Friday night speed rides in Long Beach,
Hmm.
and then like I'm hanging out with these guys, and it's a really cool, fun group. And uh, I'm like, oh man, the skateboards, this look like so much fun. So and then it was about a year ago I finished my first board, and along the way I realized that I think I like making the batteries a lot.
Hmm.
That part's really cool. And so for a while, I was making batteries for people in the group, because everyone needs a battery. It's probably
Hmm.
the most important part of the whole electric rideable, right? I think it's the battery, it's your speed controller. Those are the two most important parts of anything. Um, and so I was getting orders. I was really busy. People liked my work doing these for a while, but I kind of realized that you could probably make some money making batteries, but that's not really what I wanted to do. Um, I want to do something more creative. I'm a digital artist by trade, and so I want to do something more creative, a little bit more expressive. And I found working with composites was really interesting because it's just like really weird stuff. you're making a usable part, like it's very functional and performant part out of chemicals and fiber. It was crazy. So and it's like interesting exotic stuff. And so I started getting into that some more. I'm thinking that could be interesting. So like as it went along, I found I really liked the Intro to Speed events a lot. I like the track. I like how focused it is. I like it's safe because it's a controlled environment, but like there's a clear thing that we're after here, and there's a theory like you want to go fast, you want to do it safely and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so there's ways to improve here. There's ways to tune, and there's ways to just get better at this. And that part's really interesting to me. So I got the chance, like, I've been riding, I had a Demon Seed 42 as the first board I was
Mm-hmm.
on. And it was great for group rides and all. But I realized after a while, watching Mario and Brandon at the track and, seeing what these guys are doing on their stooge boards. And they gave me the opportunity to ride one once, and immediately the first thing I realized, like, oh, dude, my regular board, my wood board is way too short. Like, there's no way to. So yeah, that was about a year
Mm-hmm.
ago. That was my very first
Like,
fiberglass enclosure on
mm-hmm.
my first board. But I'm like, okay, so the way I've been riding is like these things are way too short, and like I can't get low enough. And I felt like just the stance made such a massive difference in the rideability of these things. And so I'm like, okay, so I can get like low, you can easily like go lean one way or the other. You have proper, like these regular like downhill boards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were designed with acceleration and deceleration in mind, which is what
Mm-hmm.
you got in electric. You're
Yeah.
racing, you need something to brace against when you're
Mm-hmm.
accelerating or decelerating. So I'm like, okay, so stance is super important. So so I decided like I'm going to make a deck just like with that stance in mind, like for the same, like I want something that's similar to a stooge board. He wasn't selling them at the time. You can buy them now. I believe he's still got room on his list. That was my very first deck,
Yes.
carbon fiber deck that I made. But I stood on a piece of cardboard and I traced my foot pattern. I said, okay, that's what feels comfortable for the stance that I think I want. Like I traced a piece of cardboard and then I laid it over some blocks of foam, carved it, shaped it just like a surfboard, like how
Mm-hmm.
surfboard shapers do it. Then, laid some epoxy over that, fiberglass, and I made a mold. And then that was the result, was that deck right there. And
And that is magnificent for
oh
everybody's out
yeah,
there. That is beautiful, my friend.
I'm a huge fan of like a retro like muscle car or motorcycle graphics. So like I
Mm-hmm.
like 70s style paint graphics, and I'm like I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do carbon fiber and auto paint because I just think that's cool. And there's only, I think, like JD is doing this as well, and I really love
Mm-hmm.
that guy's work. He's doing really cool like lowrider graphic style. I think he gets it. I love that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of so. Okay, this is an opportunity to do something that's very uh, like you can customize it to uh, the writer, and I don't know. I thought this was, to me, this is super inspiring stuff. So
But first of all, you want to bring something new for the riders, because there is lots of guys riding in the LA fast, very fast. Then you have this magnificent, fantastic trucks for Moe. I have here his hat. I love this,
yeah,
guys. Uh, that was he sent it to me. I
the
said
skull
always.
quacker. Yeah,
Yeah, as I always say, he's a fantastic person, and the interviews everybody wants to see is true. Is most of the riders has come here to an interview. Mario, Moe, Brandon, the other Brandon, all of them has come here to the interview. You can see it, guys, and they are very fast. And then you came with this magnificent deck. How many time did it take for you to come to this point, the first point, like this deck?
so that was the very first one that I made,
I
and
done.
I rode that for a few months. And I started. First of all, it was way too flexy. So I guess it's good for a group ride if you want a little more
Mm-hmm.
flex. But I'm designing this for track, and I want something that's very
Aber is Flex
responsive, very
inclusive?
stiff.
Is inclusive with a battery? Is going to be Flex the same?
So it's mostly flexing in the drop areas. I'm
Okay.
finding in the truck mounts. That's the area I'm most concerned with. Like my
Mm-hmm.
my batteries are the series connections are made with silicone wire, so there's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of flex to it, but that wasn't ideal. That's
Mm-hmm.
not what I want. And I couldn't figure out for life. I started getting cracks in the drop
Okay.
areas, and I could not figure out for the life of me why. Because the amount of carbon I'm using in this is like similar to like what they make in uh, the props on like wind turbines. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, this is a super heavy amount of carbon. Like the
Mm-hmm.
strength should be there. Why is this thing cracking? I'm not an engineer by trade, so I don't know any of this stuff. I had to figure this stuff out. But it turns out like what I was missing is I didn't know how trusses work, but the answer was thickness. So I had to make it way thicker. And so actually here, hold on a sec. I actually have there's a couple panels from, I think this was actually cut from my very next board is like, here we go. It's on that side. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I started experimenting with adding more core and more thickness to these decks, and this worked out really well. May have seen, it was the one I raced at Apple Valley Speedway maybe a couple, I don't know how long, was it 6 weeks now?
Mm-hmm.
Couple months back. I love that deck. It was great. It felt like the stiffness was like really, really good. It was light too, relatively speaking. Um, yeah, that was just like, it was fun. Actually, I had to go through quite a few. Like I'd make samples and I stand on them to figure out like what's the right level.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used that same sample and I made a deck for Morgan. He's heading out the racing league in Chicago. So
Mm-hmm.
he's a good person to talk to if you haven't gotten a hold of him. They're
Mm-hmm.
starting their own version of Intro to Speed out in the Chicago area. But I sent one to him, and then I made one for one of my buddies, Tito. Or Luis. So that was cool. Just giving them, started making. I find something, and it's like, okay, I want to help out my friends, and I'll make for them and see what they think, because we're trying out different shapes as well, and we're trying to. I think one of the coolest things about like the Intro to Speed group is like
Mm-hmm.
everyone's just trying and experimenting and innovating, and like you just get this like the community is coming up with these cool ideas, and we all kind of grow as a result of that. So
Yeah. Here's a question here from MF Bomb. The Alex.
that's that's true. Let me grab that deck real
Yeah,
quick.
he's going to
So
show you.
yeah, so about 3 weeks ago, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
I did a big no-no. I was riding a race car off-road where I really shouldn't have been. It was
Mm-hmm.
so we're riding around in like San Pedro. It's like it's right next to Long Beach, and we're like riding up in the hills to check out these old World War I and World War II bunkers. And we're riding back down. It was like a semi-paved hill,
Mm-hmm.
so it was paved asphalt, but it was really cracked and really broken up. And I mount the motors, for racing. They're underneath the trucks and facing forward. And I went out under a dip, and I think I caught on like the edge of the dip or something like that. The motor mounts, the crossbar got stuck and twisted
Ooh.
80 degrees underneath. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't do that by hand. Uh, so that was
For
that was one
sure.
heck of a hit, and that was on this board right here. So you can see
Mm-hmm.
that's where it cracked. You can kind of see right there where it split,
Yeah.
which is really super disheartening. I love this deck. This is like
Yes. This deck is very, very, very Nice. That was the one I used for the picture for the logo. I think that is a fantastic deck. That was lots of work for you, my friend.
Oh yeah. So I was more like I was more upset about cracking that than anything. But I took that as like, okay, maybe we can look into refining the design some more. So we looked at like where it broke, and the next version you see, like I just posted a video of me peeling
Hmm.
it off the mold. That area where it cracked, I did solid, like a solid laminate, no more core, and
Okay.
that's what I'm writing right now. That's my main board at the moment. It's heavier this way, so there's still room to grow, but that's sort of where we're at right now.
Yeah. Then what I come to my question is now there is lots of guys riding with your deck. I interviewed Mario when I was speaking with Mario and the guys, and you are a person who ride too, and you can test your decks. What you think you need to improve? We talked that in private. I think you are close to a perfect deck and a customized deck. What you think you're going to change or need to be perfect deck for you? Because I see that you are a person who wants everything perfect.
I think it's about the continuous improvement. I think that's where it's about. Is like you can always find something to make better in the next version. So um, I've got so like I think the design diverges slightly once you start considering lipo batteries versus lithium ion batteries.
Hmm.
So like right now I'm thinking a lot about racing and the needs of that, which is a lipo battery. There's like the only powertrain that's really competitive right now is
Hmm.
the 8S lipo setup. And so one of the design considerations for that is you have to be able, you can't leave those inside the board or not. I wouldn't do it. So
Hmm.
you need easy access, and you can't get that with um, like when you bolt on the enclosure to the underside of the deck. That's
Hmm.
not the best way to get in and out of, have access to those batteries. So like the next thing I want to do is I'm thinking of like a monocoque design.
Hmm.
So something where the whole thing is structural and there's just a lid to get in and out of, get access to those batteries. So that's the basic idea. Is like, so instead of doing like I've been thinking about this lately, where like a flat board made out of
Hmm.
composites is probably not the most efficient use of that material. Like composite works best when there's like organic compound shapes to it. Like a tube is
Hmm.
extremely strong in composite form, but just a flat, you know, panel isn't, even if it's the same amount of material. So I'm thinking, okay, so how can I take this idea and just add more complex organic shapes to it and make it stronger that way? So I've got a CAD model of an idea that I want to try testing out. And so I've been working on getting my CNC machine up and running so I can start cutting out a mold for that.
Yeah, that will be great. Show us a little about a little more about your shop. I know that you have some things there. Show us a little more and explain what you are doing. I see that you're working with some A bikes, and for everybody who wants to contact you to know what are you doing. First of all, I just want to say, guys, don't forget, like always, like I tell, this is just information. I'm not receiving no money for him. He's not paying me nothing. That is free information. That's just for us riders, for you guys who are in LA or are in USA, who wants to have a nice deck, who want to race. Is a guy who wants to make decks for persons who like to race and like to go faster. Is making these special decks, and of course is for these trucks. You can use it. I think you can use it with other trucks, but he's using now the trucks from Mowi. I think that is one of the best trucks out there to run. I was last week running against Dave here in Europe, and his
Mm.
machine is perfect to ride with these trucks, and was difficult for me to catch him with my lacroix, because you cannot carve like he carved in this machine. The When you are in a kart event, you don't have no chance with the lacroix. But it's just for you guys to see it. That is just we sharing information to help you guys to know where can you find the best deck, how Alex is doing everything, and I think it's going to open for you guys a door to contact Alex and maybe create something for you guys. But always
Yeah,
important to share that, because sometimes the person thinks we are you are paying me or something like that. That is an open channel here, just to help the community. And Alex and the guys from LA was the first ones to contact me and say, Nelson, bring him here. He's doing a fantastic job. Mario tell me the same thing, and Moe and everybody was talking so good from you. And I think we have to bring it. I call you and you say, no problem, Nelson, let's do it. And that is the important thing. Yeah.
yeah. I
And
felt a little called out by my friends. Like they're like, you gotta go do this now. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to let them down. So here we
yeah, I
are.
think, but that is important because the community need to listen to you, to know you a little more. There is guys out there, maybe they don't know your work, they just know you riding, and they don't know how much work is do you have to create to put everything together. And it's good for you to come to the life this way. Is going to you're going to show it for everybody what you are doing, and then they can say to you, okay, Alex, can you do this or that for me? And then you can speak in private and do something. But me as a channel, this channel is free, but the YouTube, when we talk about other companies, YouTube, there is two times they write to me and they ask me if I was making propaganda. If I'm making propaganda, I have to notice, or are they going to give me a strike? And that's why I have to always inform that that is free information, guys. We are not winning no money, nothing. That is a channel free for everybody. That's why, Alex, can you show us a little more about your what you are doing there, what you are preparing for the future, or for everybody want to contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a couple. I think a couple episodes ago, you had Smalls on. He was talking more about LA Eastgate, and he said that I was going to do some work on his Onyx. Um, now I'm just now getting around to it. So here,
And
let's
there's
show
a
you.
lot of
Let's show you what
there's
I
a
got
lots of
here.
them.
So that's his part. I'm gonna put carbon fiber on that and then paint it
Hmm.
somehow. So like yeah. So here's my shop. This was originally built by a contractor back in the early '90s. He used to work
Hmm.
on speedboats, and so I feel it'd be a shame if this thing wasn't used for like what it was originally designed for. So I'm happy that
You can use it.
put this thing to good use. This is here's my board bay. So this is where I put like work on the actual like whatever actual ride is. This is the
Hmm.
guy I just finished. So this is the one that's got that solid glass
Oh,
laminate.
that is very
It's
nice.
got carbon fiber on the bottom, and then the rest of it's glass up here, and then auto paint. This is my main ride, and then I'm hoping. So I've been working on this thing for a while. I want to get this sucker up and running. I think that'll really open up possibilities for me.
Yeah, it's going to
But
open a lot for you.
yeah, I'm
Really.
hoping so. So it's a composite shop first and foremost. So you need a table to cut things on,
Hmm.
um, and then there's all the different fabrics and infusion materials that I use. I got a whole bunch like way back there,
Hmm.
um, and then yeah, here's my other board. There's all the dirty resin and chemicals, and then my molds. The molds are super important.
Hmm.
That's what the parts come out of.
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry for the
no
wobbly
problem.
camera.
No, no,
Uh,
no, no, no problem. It's perfect.
and then yeah, and then all the painting stuff.
For you, my friend, when you make a deck, how many time take for the deck to be finished?
It depends on how nice you want it finished. So like the one I made for Luis, he's like, just give it to me. It
Hmm.
works. So
Okay.
like, uh, the finish looks like that, and well, it works. So
Yeah, but guys,
uh,
we have to have a little love for the things we have. That is crazy. Just
I
give it
think
to me.
yeah, I like the painting part. Like just doing this
Of
stuff. That was
course,
fun.
that is
I
that
love
is
I love
beautiful.
Metal flake is great. That takes probably a couple days. Like you have to clear it and sand it.
I'm asking you that. Why I'm asking you that is because if somebody contact you and want to do something with you, uh, what, in a moment, what can take 2 3 weeks till you be finished? Maybe more.
Man, I'm crazy busy with work right now. But yeah, I think like 2 3 weeks turnaround time
Yeah,
is reasonable.
is always to give a little more than you give close, and then you cannot
Well,
achieve.
like you never want to rush something. You want to do it.
Yes,
You want to do it right.
yes.
So, and sometimes you got to order paint,
Hmm.
the paint that I don't have, and that takes a while to show up. Or sometimes you want to do like a test panel to see if something's going to work. And so just give you some of that breathing room, and so you don't feel like the rush or the anxiety
Hello,
that I
Jep.
got to turn this thing around. Just want to take your time and just make it something that you give the right amount of attention and care. I also have like three projects going on at once, so I work on a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So that's how it goes.
Uh, I'm seeing here is talking about me and Morgan. We're going to see if 18S Lipio will keep up for racing.
18S lipo, really? That's insane. What?
Hello to Australia. How are you, my friend? It's always good to see.
Oh, I know GBT. Hey,
It's
thanks,
always
man.
great to see the creation. Yes, that's why. If you are out there, guys, and you have friends who are creating, this channel is for everybody. Just send me a message. I will try to contact them, and I try to bring them here. We need people who create like Alex. Alex is doing a fantastic job. I'm just going to put here some pictures. Then we're going to talk about batteries because he's doing some
Yeah, because you
batteries
got to talk
too.
about batteries. Super important.
Yes, this is the decks. We start with the decks that you see. He has amazing decks. Then you can go here. That is like very nice deck, and it's like profession is coming. If you want to race, you're going to have, and he's a rider. That is the important thing for you guys who don't know. Is not just a guy who created. He's a guy who tested, and that way, is easy to do something better for all of us. That's what we are always try to have, because there is lots of guys there who created and they don't know nothing about riding, or they don't know they first of all they don't ride with the riders. That is the because I know that Alex ride with fantastic guys from LA, and he can speak with them and ask, hey guys, what can I change, what can I do better, and that is the way you can improve a board. Is that right, Alex?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's super. It's fun, first of all, and second of all, it's super valuable
I
information.
can.
I,
Yes, please. Communicating
no, I was
alone.
like, it's good just to one thing I really like about doing this is it's not always just my designs too. Like Louis
Hmm.
sent me his own design. He said, "Could you just make this for me?"
Hmm.
And like Morgan and I, we worked on a back and forth on a project, sourcing different ideas for like what are the parameters we need for this, like what's the foot stance, what's the width, what's the battery capacity. We build like this is I tell them like figure the battery out first because we can build an enclosure and a deck around that. Um, the deck is mostly about ergonomics. Is what I find is like it's it's different for every rider. Some people ride um, different stances or like your actual what's a comfortable stance for you makes a pretty big difference. So um, I find it's a very personal preference experience thing, and so uh, just seeing what other people are doing and like what they prefer is interesting. You know, Everyone's got their own personal take on it,
Hmm.
but it's also very informative too. Like I'm learning things that I didn't think about. Like Mo shows me he's got this massive wedge in the back, and I've
Hmm.
been doing it the opposite direction because I have a sharp angle in the very front because I want to get my front foot as close to the trucks as possible.
Hmm.
And then he's showing me this massive wedge where you need something, you're just hard accelerating out. You need something to hold you on. So like uh so like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's something interesting to think about. Like I wonder how you can incorporate those ideas. And for me, the most interesting stuff is the like innovation that's happening here. Is like there's, especially in racing, there's a lot that we can try and that hasn't been tested yet. And so people coming up 18s lipos, uh, I want I want to see what that looks like. You know, just people coming up with crazy ideas and running them. Just and then we all kind of learn from that. It's an exciting space to be in. I think it's very new. Uh, and then there's also some like older uh, like technologies that are still relevant, like just racing dynamics in general. That's relevant information that we can
Mhm.
apply to a skateboard, which is kind of a crazy thing to think about.
But he's making a point here very good, huh? It's just like a surfboard shaping. Everything is special for everyone. You have to do like special things for each person, and that's why you have a custom shop.
You know,
That is
it's funny is like even though a lot of people they ton of people buy the LaCroix for the range and speed, uh, or any other production board, like none of
hello,
them
my
stay
friend.
stock for long.
That is a very special person. That was one of the persons who said you have to bring him here. He
Oh
was
yeah,
here
yeah,
in the interview.
Smalls. Yeah.
He was here in the
What's
interview.
up,
Hello, my
Smalls?
friend. I always nice to see you. It was a
I'm
very nice
working on
interview.
your Onyx, I swear.
Yeah, we was talking about you. There's a couple of minutes. Nice pictures as always. I think this guy make the LA group bigger because of his brilliant pictures and videos today. His ideas. The guys have to say thank you very much to him, and of course to the riders out there. I just want to say, my friend, have a good day for you, and enjoy it. uh, yes, but continuing, I think the shapes is always very important, but I think it's good when you can speak with the rider and try to work with him. Sometimes, like you said, the other guy just said, just give it to me, don't need to have nothing special. For me, I think it's better like you have to be special, have to have colors, have to have everything. I just
I
going
keep bugging them. Man. Like, can I borrow it for a little while? I just want to clear coat it or something. But
you just want a clean job. I just want to show it. That is a very nice job, my friend. I was impressed with this.
that's my main
This
ride. I still like it. Yeah, it's been great for months. It's been treating me well.
this is nice, my friend. This is very clean job. That's what we need. The guys who are out there, sometimes you open some boards and you say, "Pwah, what is this?" And this is a very clean. That is very nice. What is this from battery? What do you have in here in this
It's
battery?
a that's a 12S 7P Molicel P42A pack.
Mm-hmm. That is perfect, my friend.
So was it about 29 amp hours? Um, yeah, I can get about 30 miles out of it if I'm chilling. Usually I get 25.
Yeah. And how do you work now today with batteries? What is the idea? What is if the pitch of a person's reach to you?
So I'm not making loose batteries anymore. Because if I did, that's like the only thing I would do. And I'd rather do the decks. But
Decks and custom paintings. That is your specialty.
yeah, that's my current interest. I'm thinking someday I might sell completes, and in that case, I'll make batteries for those. But for the time being, I'm not done exploring the possibilities of making decks. So that's sort of yeah, that's where I'm at.
But you as a guy who make decks and make painting custom. When I reach to you, I'm talking about me. When I come to you now and I say, can you do this with this type of paint? Is everything possible, or you have some limits that you say, okay, I can go to this point, and I don't want to. I prefer more to be specialized in a deck and making a fantastic deck that you can ride very fast and safe. And design you is not your most important. What is your extreme thing that you are is important for you?
I like how would you say it? Like either traditional or like classy design. Like I take a lot of inspiration from like supercars and what they do there. Anything that's not super gaudy. Like I like stripes. Stripes are great. Solids are great. Mixing candies, those are awesome. Uh, Not a huge fan of graphics, but I have a lot of respect for lowrider graphics and airbrushing, but that's outside of my skill set. I'm uh, like I don't have the skills to do that. So I like the look of carbon with metal flake stripes, candy paint, stuff like that. I like racing inspired liveries basically.
Yeah, that is very good. So someone is asking me show some LA race videos. Yes, my friend, I can put you here. I invited the LA ace skates to come here to speak a little more. In a moment, the answer they are not. They don't want to come because they don't have the right persons to say, okay, he's going to come. You and the other person. I think September or something like that, we can do it. Then we can put lots of videos out there for you to see it. Today we are talking about is customs. I'm going to put some videos that guys like Moe and everybody is putting every Sunday, Saturday. I think that is very important for you guys to see how many persons are riding your boards. In a moment, how many guys are riding your decks? Mario?
Uh, no, no, I mean not. He doesn't. I haven't given him a deck
Mm-hmm.
yet. I don't know if Morgan is writing his yet. I think he still has to build that one. So it's just myself
Morgan is not
and
riding.
Luis at the moment. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm not sure what he's
Okay.
done with it yet. Uh,
He's I think he's in holidays now. I
oh, is
see
he?
him. I see him last week. He was in holidays.
You should
Actually,
post the or show the video that Brandon just put up last night. He's riding around the uh, intro to speed. It's like he's got like a one of those 360 cams on his huge board. It's a really cool
let's
video.
let me see. In the night.
No,
Or,
no, not that one. It's a more recent one. I think he just posted it last night, I think.
let me
But
see if I
it's during
find.
a day at an intro speed event.
Yeah, but I have here is a picture. Let me see. We can if we can find it here. Let's see. I think that is like surfing. I don't know if you have here or is having in the other videos. Videos. Let me see. No, the last one you don't have it here. I think. Let me see. Is this one? No, that's from
No,
Mario.
no. Shoot, where was that?
This one I see it. Yeah. What I had. The last one from him is this one from
Hmm.
Mario. Maybe he has in Instagram. Let me see. In Instagram, if he's doing the Mr. Red. Let's see what he's doing here. Here, there is it. But it just have
Oh yeah,
this
that
one.
one right there. Yeah.
Yeah. But it just have it here in Instagram. That is nice. That was a very nice weather this day. Huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. This spot's great. We love it.
Yeah. This guy the guys here goes every Saturday or Sunday. Saturday
Every
or Sunday?
Sunday. Yep,
Sunday.
Sunday at 9
Sunday in the
a.m.
morning. Yeah. That is very nice, very nice. Clean place. You can ride it all the day. You don't have cars. You don't have nothing. I think that is a fantastic place, and it's good for us to see, Alex, that you have more and more AUC A bikes. Everybody comes to enjoy it, and of course, uh,
Yeah,
you
there's a
have
consistent group of EUCers that have been showing up lately. Like a Jeffrey Fletcher and some other people have started showing up as well, too. I haven't met everyone yet.
And there is a question here. Are you excited to work on some different boards that ace skates in the future, like float
Do you mean like a
wheels?
one wheel?
Yeah, that's the question. The normal float wheels is one wheel, I
Yeah,
think.
float life.
I don't know. Can you see it? The question is. Oh yeah, here is. They said that that was in Instagram. Yeah. Uh, but I was talking with you in the beginning in private. What type of boards you planning to do, and of course now you
Oh,
can say it. What type of decks do you like to create more for race? Is that right? Or you going to?
at the moment, there's two there's two designs that I'm most interested in at the moment. One, the first one is racing, is a basically composite race deck that's lipo um, powertrain basically, something like a Stooge. So I just want to get more options out there for and get like whatever we can do to make the racing scene bigger is
Mhm,
better. You know, we just need more people and we want the sport to spread.
mhm,
So that's one of my main concerns and something that I would use personally.
mhm,
The other, I really like racing a lot, and the other type of ride other than the chill, like the smalls, like Sunday chill ride in Long Beach, those are really fun. But the other type I really like doing is like a long distance grand touring style.
mhm.
So like we got to ride not as fast as racing, but ride fast, ride far for a long time. And so I'm thinking of a like a GT board with like, yeah, 50 miles of range plus, something like that. So that those are the two main things that I haven't made too much progress on that one yet. I figured I could probably reuse a lot of the racing designs in that with the just change it so that it can take a bigger battery is the main consideration I think. So yeah, those are the two main ideas.
Yeah, and I like we are talking. You are doing a bike now. You are doing for a special person. That is a extra job what you are doing, or in the future, if somebody tell you for you to customize something in a bikes and or motorbikes or electro bikes, or how do you want to call it? Do you going to work with custom from that, or you going to just stay in a world of a skate?
Not sure yet, honestly. I want to do it because I want to try different just style techniques. I want to try something with. I knew he'd appreciate it, so I wanted just see like what we can do from a stylization point of view. Like one of the things about it's personal electric vehicle is very personal expression, right? So like
Hi, James.
how we go about doing that is kind of I'd like to see I'd just like to see like where we can go with that. Like I'm very interested in like the engineering side, but I'm also very interested in the artistic side. And
Mhm.
so like some combination of those sounds like something worth pursuing.
That is the important thing. But I think uh, uh, the boards are you creating now. Uh, you are just making for these special trucks, or everybody can put different trucks.
Yeah, so we have actually Luis's design is a pretty decent like street board for just he rides on reverse kingpin, and so that deck design is pretty good for that. I think I design with the Stooge trucks in mind.
Okay.
I'm very specific to like the clearances and what kind of adjustability you get from those. Um,
That I think that the price now is very good, huh, guys. I was last time because I'm going to create a board for me to race, and I was looking to the trucks, and the price now for Moe is fantastic, guys. I think if somebody don't buy it now for that price, you're not going to find it. And go there and buy it, and of course you're going to have a very special person who's going to sell you with love, because he makes that with love, not I talk because I know Moe very well, and I know the guys. Now I'm knowing you, and I know that they make this sport for love, and I hope that this inter is going to be big in USA, and maybe they can come to Europe to compete against us. There is nice riders here in Europe, and I think that will be fun to see Europe guys against USA guys. It's like always Europe against USA, but just to have this fun for us to be all together and sharing ideas and bringing stuff new, like the day I bring you with this beautiful deck and fantastic work that you are doing. I think that is going to open doors for everybody. Then my next question is like this: uh, Do you send decks for all USA, Canada?
Yeah, I'll ship. Yeah, I'll ship them North America. I haven't tried shipping them internationally yet, so I'm not sure how that would work out. So I don't know on that one yet.
Yeah, I know that it is difficult, but if you send as friend, I'm going to tell you, if you send as friend, you're not going to pay no taxes. It's like this, but you have to watch it. How do you send it? Because if you put a price inside, they're going to then they're going to you have to pay taxes. The guy who's going to receive, not you, of course. And But I think if you have a good deck, believe it, the guys here in Europe don't have no problems to pay a little more just to put the trucks together with your deck. I think that is going to be like a perfect combination. And that's the if you want to have a fast board, you have to have the best products. And that's we see I see Mario, I see Brandon, I see the guys who are riding with your deck, and they are very surprised. And that's for me the main thing is safety. When I ride, I have to have safety and to go fast, or is a big problem because we are talking about lots of speed. And I see how you ride, I see how everybody rides, and that's why we have to be careful. Let's see what we have here. Is the on Asia race? It's the Asia race sket. Oh, I think he's talking with Justin. I think I don't know. Then yoga. What? Yes, yes. Okay, they are talking one with another. Let's see what he's asking here. Is the team?
Okay.
So, yeah, that is the more for you, my friend.
I have to start making side panels. I'm afraid if I make one for an Onyx, I'll just like that's it. That's just what I'll do for forever, basically. So I'm trying to be careful.
Hello,
What's up,
Mario.
Mario? What's up, brother?
Everybody is coming. Thank you guys for coming support Alex. I think that is very important, and of course the communities have to help him a lot. I think the support is very important for his work to come higher and higher, and maybe international. That is just going to be good for all of us in the community. More work he has, more better the price is going to come, because he can buy more products, then he can buy it cheaper, and then he can bring more quality, and maybe the price don't change so much, but the quality is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just going to be good for all of us. That's why support the people who create for us. There is not so many people doing this fantastic job, my friend.
Oh,
Like
I love the. I'm sorry. We.
no, yes, yes, please, please.
I was saying I absolutely love the community sourced ideas. Like when we get together and we figure things out and try new things that inspires the rest of the world. I think that's really cool when we do that as a group, and also just finding ways to just express yourself, just do your uh, you know make it your own and make it awesome. It's what it's about.
Yeah, but that is the important thing, is doing together. Then you can listen to everybody. Then we can see. We're just going to show some works here from you, my friend, and you can talk about it. I think lots of guys who don't see it. Everything we are seeing here, guys, is everything from him.
I've had some guys tell me like they just like watching what's the process. They're just like curious, like how do you make this stuff? And I jokingly say like yeah, like how do you make carbon fiber? And I say it's like paper mache, but more expensive. But like it's more technical than that, obviously. But sometimes it's just like people just seeing like what goes into it. I think it might be a little boring for some people, but this is how I spend my time.
that is boring from some persons, but we need you, my friend, because it's yeah, it's boring for the guys who don't want to do nothing, but they don't know. I think they need to see your videos to understand when you give a price that they can say, okay, how much time do you have to take, how many products, how many stuff, and hours of your life to do something like good product. That is the important thing. Most of the people don't know, and that is just for you to make this form take times. That is
Oh
not
yeah.
just two
Oh
minutes.
God. Yeah, yeah. The mold is the most time consuming part of the whole
Yeah.
process. Yeah, those take a long time to make.
That's why I'm putting this video. I think that is important for the people who don't know how much time we are going now to the step 3, and I think it's just the beginning for everybody's out there, and that is not to glue nothing, and that takes time. And can you explain it? Not everything, of course, that you have. That is like for you. How many hours do you take for each step?
Let's so like so that deck back there, the one that I ride all the time, it took me 4 hours to cut and lay down the like the layers of fiberglass.
Okay.
Because it takes it was like 20 some layers, and then I had a core in part of it, so it was a lot to cut and then stack up properly and get it to form before I even vacuum infused it. It was a while just to get the laminate right. Yeah, see, this is before I got my compressor. I was doing it with rattle cans. That getting the actual spray set up made my life so much easier. So it's
The
like it's
compressor is like a dream.
yeah, well, yeah, dude, I love it, but it's like you got to buy like one thing at a time, and then it makes your process better. And then you save up, and then you get the next thing, and makes your life a little bit easier. So it's an I expect it to take years,
I just want to
but
say to everybody seeing now the live, if you have some questions, please leave in the comments. We're going to try to answer. If you have some questions to Alex, and of course, just leave it. I think that is going to be very good. That's why he's here to answer the questions from everybody. Uh, I'm just going to put another video here for everybody. I put it in Instagram, but was too small, and you see how it takes everything that is hard to take out, huh, Alex?
this one was awesome. This was so much fun because I was not expecting
I've
it to
been.
like the whole thing just uh, like right there where the whole thing just like popped off at once. It made like a really loud noise that I just usually you have to crank these things apart, but it just came up on its own, and that surprised me. Uh, but yeah, so I figured out a better type of release material to use, and it's not as hard as that one was. So it's a bit easier these days. But
I think that is a hard job.
you got to
I
you got to
think.
be careful with that stage. You should wear gloves when you're removing that, because when the resin cures, it forms like a razor sharp
Mhm.
edges on it, and you can guys easily like seriously cut their fingers trying to pop those things off.
Yeah.
Uh,
Then the other one is to cut everything. Do you
yeah,
have?
this is
Do
the
you
one I made
have?
for Morgan.
Yeah.
I've got a better way of cutting it now, but yeah, you can see how thick that thing was.
Yeah, that was like very thick.
This deck is like ridiculously stiff. It like does not flex at all.
That when you show me this just this piece, I was like, wow, that is like he's not going to move nothing.
No,
that
barely
is
at all.
that is just for speed.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a smooth track too. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you don't want to ride that on the road.
yeah. Then you're going to be broken. uh but it's good for everybody to see how do they make everything, of course. When you make the deck, you're going to make you're going to cut it everything and prepare direct for the trucks, or then
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I could not do that if someone has a very specific, like, when it comes out, it's just that big square thing, and I've got like templates that I use to shape it after that.
Mhm.
But like some people ask them to be narrower. So at that point, when after I take it off the mold, I can cut it narrower if they want it. Um, I can't really make it wider, but I can make it narrower.
Louis, thank you for your question.
Scooter deck. Yeah, I'm going to make one. I'm actually making one. That's that first scooter that I bought. That
Hmm.
I still have it, but my wife has been watching me, and she's wanted to, she's been curious. She's like, "Oh, I want to come on these cruises with you." And so I said, "Well, if you're gonna ride with me, I got to customize this deck, this scooter some more." So yeah, I'm gonna replace the aluminum deck with a carbon fiber one.
I
We're
think that
trying
will
to.
be fantastic because there is lots of good riders with scooters in LA
Oh
and
yeah,
USA, and you are seeing more and more. I think that is a nice thing for you to do it, and I think the community is going to love it, and you can make nice decks, and that
I
that is the.
follow. On Instagram, I follow a lot of custom like chopper, custom motorcycle
Mhm.
like guys, and custom guitars. Those guys are making really cool stuff, and it's just fun to look at.
No,
So yeah, I love that kind of style. Like
I love it.
the
That's the way. If you see like this deck, look at this. That is beauty. That is like clean job, and that is amazing. That was like perfection, and is very clean, and that's what we need. Can you tell us the measure from the this decks?
yeah.
What
So
you?
that generally, I've been cutting them about 49 inches long. Oh dude, I love this candy finish on carbon. Comes out so nice. That I was like, I'm just gonna try this. I'm not sure how it's gonna come out. Just see what happens, and it
But the
came out
back
so
is
good.
different from the front, or
Yes,
not?
yeah, it's asymmetrical. It's so this deck, the I call it the Tahunga. I name all of them after iconic streets in
Uh huh.
LA. But this one, it's got a 45-degree drop in the front. That's only it's like an inch and a half long.
Mm-hmm.
I want my front foot as close to the front truck as possible for maximum like steer leverage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the back has it's 22 and a half. It's half of 45. So 22 and a half degree like wedge in the back um, for something to plant my back foot on. But then I tried something new because the shiny the gold metal flake deck, it cracked in that back area like
Mm-hmm.
right in front of the trucks. And I'm looking at it and I'm like there's no reason to make it that thin back there. So I on this version I flared it out slightly so there's more material.
Mm-hmm.
And um, at this
Is not going to affect the wheel.
no, there's still there's no wheel bite there that clears the corners. So
Okay.
it's the area between the wheel and the truck is
Okay.
a
Then
bit, there's just more material there.
okay. Yeah, I'm just asking you that because if you make a extreme curve, if it's not going to touch the wheel in a deck,
Yeah,
but
no
is
no wheel bite on well if you use 8-inch wheels you're gonna get wheel bite, but like
yeah,
on
of course.
6-inch wheels it's fine.
You are using the Metro board tires.
Yeah, I use the since I stopped selling them, I've been using the Trampa Urban Treads for the group ride boards, and then
Hmm.
I saved the Metros that I have left. I save
That
those
is
for
the
improved speed.
6.5 from Tampa.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is the
those are
100.
precious now.
Yeah, that is 165, and from the Metro is 155.
Yep.
It's yeah. I just want to say because you guys are inches, and here in Europe is another type is centimeters for everybody to understand. Yeah, but I think this deck is fantastic. The back and as you do you think maybe to make in the front and in the back like that, or you think you prefer to see the front like that?
Uh, no, I think it's fine in the front. I haven't had any issues up there yet.
Okay.
However, I am redesigning it so that there are no. I'm redesigning it so there's minimal flat areas. Like
Hmm.
the new versions are going to have compound curves all over the place to make better use of the material. And so I feel like that might help it all around, because the most I'm most concerned areas of stress are in the drops and truck
Hmm.
mounts. The stuff in the middle, I can actually reduce a ton of weight right there. So, I mean, it's a work in progress. That's something else to keep iterating on.
Do you think by your decks, because you have a very very big deck, and you can put a big battery inside of that, and you can put four motors to work. I was last week riding, and was one guy with the four motors, and that was like a machine, my friend. That is not like speed, but the start is push out.
Oh, the
That,
torque, yeah, just off the
yes,
line.
is
Yeah.
the torque who make him win because it was like to the beginning. It was very fast and give no chance for nobody. That's why I think he's winning lots of races because of that. But in speed, he don't have so much speed. But because you come always out in a track, like a car track, is not so fast. For motors, I think it works better. Uh, that
You
is
should
not
see what Dr. Mike is doing. He's got his eight wheel drive, or well, he's got 8 motors on his
eight
4-wheel
motors.
drive. Yeah,
For
4 in the
what is
front,
it?
4 in the back.
I see four motors and I'm crazy, and I say, well, for what you need four motors, my friend?
Yeah, well,
And
that's Dr. Mike. That's what he does.
it's like crazy, my friend. It's like for me when I listen, look, I have here just for us to see very fast. That was the race I was there this weekend, and you see,
That track
uh,
looks so nice. That looked like such a good setup and like the right size for it too.
that just going to put here, and you
Yeah, I
just see
love that
that
you
is.
guys got the little starting positions like perfectly skateboard
Yeah,
sized.
because that is they are every week they make three times. Most of these guys out there is guys who go 2 or 3 times in a week.
Wow, that's
Yes,
awesome.
training. Most of the guys here and one wheels and everybody. And that was the first time we was there. Was Dave? Dave was from Denmark. I'm in the back. I'm from
Hmm.
Germany, and that was in Czech Republic. But these guys, they know the track. For them, that is just a joke. For us, and but they are fast. They are very fast.
Yeah, they
And if
looked
you
very competitive. Like
look at this,
that looked like some really good racing.
you don't have no chance. It's not the
Yeah.
speed. You see, Dave come close to him. He's coming fast, and then that is the problem here that nobody understands. You don't see in a picture, but you have a curve and then another curve. But because he was with a off-road board with the batteries
Mm.
on the top, you can use the other outside, and you can jump. And in this jump, he wins about 2 seconds from us. That was like for us was no chance. We have a board, we cannot jump. You know your board. Your board, if you go to a jump, you're going to broke everything. You don't have no chance. That is
Oh
like
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
was fun, and I think that was a nice thing for us to see. I want to make a board like you guys, but I want to make with four motors. I don't know how I'm going to do that, uh, but I would like to make with four motors.
Yeah, I mean, Mo sells the 4-wheel drive version of the Stooge trucks.
I know,
That's definitely what I would do. I mean,
and
those
that's
are the only
why
trucks
that's
that I consider these days. It's like nothing compares to them.
Yeah, but I'm going to do with the trucks from Moe because
Yeah,
I want to race, and I think that is the best trucks there. The rest you can forget it. The rest is just for fun. Good job, Alex. I hope that I can see the Chopper's deck soon. We hope everybody there. That's why contact him, contact Alex, and then you're going to see a lot. That's why he's here for you guys to see what he's doing, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. I hope that he don't stop doing. And but guys, you have to support it,
yeah.
and you have to contact him. bring that he has, he can do is he can do the custom things for all of you guys. And of course, I just want to, first of all, I just want to show to all of you, if you want to contact him, I'm going to leave the link in Instagram. That is link. Find out customs. He has the symbol, the logo is just find out, but the is find out customs together. But I'm going to leave the link, and then you can find him, of course, in his Facebook. You're going to see lots of work from him. Is everything inside his videos, his photos, and of course, contact him. And you're going to put it your photo there too. And of course, all of us who's going to love to see new photos, new work, new things. And uh, for you, Alex, what is your expectations for the future?
Uh, I don't know. Just take it, see how it goes, see how that changes, and um, I don't
Because you
know.
are
Just
investing lots of things, my friend. I see that you have lots of
yeah.
machines, you have lots of things, that is lots of costs for you.
At the end
And
of the day, I just like making things. I just want to make, and I want to keep innovating. Like just try something new, something that we haven't seen before, um, and something just like that's just like creative and interesting. So as long as we're doing that, I think there's just like it's such a ripe field for just like so much opportunity in here. So yeah, it's really exciting for me. Yeah, I don't see any reason to slow down or stop. If anything,
don't stop, my
it's
friend.
taking over. It's taking over way more of
I,
like
I'm going to
my life.
I'm going to tell you something for me as person. When I start this live streams, everybody was, "Hey, don't do it." I know that we don't have. Yeah, yeah. Everybody was saying Nelson is not going to be lots of persons, and I say the big mistakes of the persons is if you think you're going to win money with this, like this, what I do, then you are wrong. I do it for the community. I do it for like you. I'm going to be very proud. And the guys who reach me and say, "Bring him here," is persons who like your work. That means your work means something for lots of persons, and that's what is the intention from this videos. That I think is the intention for you to bring a nice deck, custom deck for scooters, for bikes, for race of skateboards, longboards, and everything, and that you can see your work be uh, a proof for the community. You that's what I think you wanted to do it. Of course,
I've got a huge amount of respect for like my favorite people are those that like come up with an idea that's like new, their own idea, and then they make it a reality. They make it into something that they can then give to the world or whatever. The people who create stuff, I have a huge amount of respect for that. So you do it with your channel. Some people do it with the videos they make, and I like working with carbon fiber. That just happened to be my thing, and paint. That's just the thing that I'm really into. So I'm just gonna keep doing that.
and do it, my friend, because we love it. I love your work, my friend, and believe
Well,
it or
thank
not,
you.
I think that is amazing. And if you guys have the chance, go to the Instagram, to his Facebook, make him some questions. It don't need you going to buy it, but maybe he can help you decide it what is the best for you guys, and together maybe you can create something very nice, and it's going to be you're going to paint your ride. It's like a very nice custom
I'll make a rhyme with four wheels. How about that?
my friend, I think we talk a little more about your company. I want to, first of all, thank to everybody who came here. I want to thank to everybody who's going to see later this video. I hope that someday I'm going to have here the guys from LA skaters. I think they are very important. Some of the guys. I'm very pleased to have till now lots of guys from USA. Uh, for you, my friend, I want you to have the most success. I hope in 1 year you come back here and say, Nelson, I don't have no time for you, my friend. I'm working like
I'll say
hell.
this is where it started. This is where it
No,
took
but
off.
yeah, but they started not because of me. They started because you have fantastic friends out there
Yeah.
who speak very well of you, guys who take care of you, and they was the first persons who reach me, my friend, and say, bring this guy here. And that means you have a nice group of friends there who love your work. That means your work, you are going in a right direction, and you see the person who was here to see you and to support you. Don't stop. Enjoy your rides. Have fun, and ride safe, like always. And like I always said, say the last words I leave to you for the person who was here, for everybody who was wants to see the live today, or the person who's going to see later this video. I leave the last message from you for everybody.
Well, I just gotta say, like, yeah, no, it starts. It's the community is great, and that's I think it's what makes it something special. So, thank you guys all for just the support is great. Um, Thanks for having me, Nelson. This is a cool channel. I love what you're doing with this. I see there's just a bright future in PEV in general. It's a really cool, exciting, fun um, thing with a future. And so I just love being a part of it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's, hopefully do this again in the future.
Yes, I hope, my friend. I hope that you have lots of success. I just want to say to everybody, don't thank me. This channel just work because of you, because of the rider was here. Without the riders, without you, my friend, this channel was no channel. This channel is you guys. That's why this channel is free. It's just to make information. All of you are the best ones. We are now in 164
Wow,
146 interviews till this moment. That is fantastic, and I want to
that's a
say to
lot.
all of you guys who made that possible, thank you so much. Today is going to be the last interview to end of September. Sunday I'm going to have a girl. Is going to be the last one, but as international and everything is going to be today. Then we're going to make a stop in 7 months, close to 150 interviews. That was like crazy, and I hope that I come back in September and we start again doing interviews to the riders. If you are a rider out there, if you know a friend who customize, if you know a guy who make batteries, if you know a person who fantastic doing something for the community, contact them. We bring everybody there. Everybody is special. Everybody. We don't need no very important persons. All of you are important. Thank you so much. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Ride fast, ride safe, and we see us back in September. And always support your community. Don't go just for a ride. Do something. Always try to help the community. Try to help the guys who create for you. Try to help Alex. I think he need support from you guys to show his custom work. That is the most important thing. Alex, thank you so much to give me the opportunity to interview you, my friend.